everything about you. Everything about you.
Welcome back for another video. If it's your first time stopping by my channel, I'm Jeffro, and this is Jeffro's Fishkeeping. In today's video, I'm doing projects in the fish room. Today I'm working with a plant that I've never worked with before, but I think it looks pretty cool. Today I'm working with some Subwassertang, and I'm putting it up against my Java Christmas moss that I've had in the fish room for quite a while now. I've had a lot of good luck with my Java moss, but I've seen this Subwassertang, and I really like the way it looks, and I think it'd really go good in one of my shrimp tanks. So today I'm doing a little project where I put them head to head, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I've been waiting to do a video about doing something with this tank for quite a while. I haven't done any updates on it, but if you remember right, up over here, when I first got this tank, it came with a swordtail colony, and they started dying off, and right before they completely died off, I took 4 out, and I picked this tank up on Craigslist, and I turned it into a quarantine tank, and I threw all the moss that was in this tank. It's a Java Christmas moss. I just threw it all in here loosely on the bottom, and it did good for a while, but as you can see, I've got some algae buildup, and I've got to do something with the Christmas moss. I bought a piece of driftwood probably 6 weeks ago that I've had soaking, and it still is floating, so I got to get to work on that. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some moss out of this tank, and I'm going to go head to head with some Subwassertang that I ordered. I'll cut to that clip right now. Alright, so I received this in the box. I've been waiting on it about a week. I ordered some Subwassertang. It was quite expensive. It was over $21, but it came in the mail, and I'm unboxing it with my trusty old Benchmade knife there. I thought the packaging was pretty nice. It had some insulation, and then it was wrapped up in some newspaper here, and it was a pretty fair portion, I thought, but the $21 was a little high. I was thinking I was going to get less. I didn't even remember how much I paid for it actually, but I'm going to get the trusty old Benchmade here again and get into this plastic here. But yeah, I think I've never kept Subwassertang before, and I'm going to work on a little video here for you guys where I glue this to a feature in a tank, and then I glue some Christmas tree moss in a tank, and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, I've never worked with Subwassertang before, but I decided to get some because I know that shrimp love grazing on it, and it fills in, and it's a really nice plant. I've seen a lot of it out there, and you know, you can trim it and make it into different shapes and stuff. So I got some of this, and I've worked with this Christmas tree moss quite a bit, and if you connect it to wood, it really does good. So I grabbed a really good portion of it, and I'm gonna test these, and I came up with this little idea to make a feature to go on the side of a fish tank, actually a shrimp tank, and I'm gonna put one in one shrimp tank and put one in the other. And basically what you do is, these are the things you have to have. You get some of this wooden dowel rod. I don't know if that's like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, something like that. Just go to your local hardware store, Walmart, Menards, wherever. Get you some of that, and then get you some of these suction cups
that go on your thermometers. If you have a bunch of these in the fish room like I do, I don't mind floating them. They end up getting to where they don't stick anyhow after a while if you don't keep these little suction cups clean. But you go ahead and slide this little rubber suction cup off of there, and you're left with this little ring, and it's kind of rubbery, and this ring slides right over your wooden dowel rod like so. See that? And then what you do is, I don't know if I'm going to need to rough it up or not, but then you glue your Subwassertang and your Christmas moss to your wood, and then suction cup, have one suction cup on one end and one on the other, suction cup them to the side of the tank. I've never tried this before, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a whirl. So the first thing you got to do is figure out how long you want your feature bar to be. I have already done that. I've already cut mine to length. This little handy dandy folding saw here. You need you one of those to be able to cut the, or you could probably use some kind of dikes or something like that, I would say, but I'm gonna go ahead and get set up and get ready to go here. Alright, not gonna need that thermometer anymore. You will need some gel super glue. This is the type that I use right there. You will need a decent portion of Subwassertang, or in my case Java moss. And what I want to do is I want to kind of lay it out and spread it out and get figured out where I kind of want it at, all the way down the wood here. That way when it comes time to glue it up, I'm not scrambling and having patchy spots. Some people, I've seen videos where they tie this on, but I'm going to try to glue it on. If that doesn't work, then I'll go back and tie it into place. I think that's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and shut you guys off. I'm going to try to pack this back together pretty good, and I'll come right back to you guys. Now on this Subwassertang, it kind of flakes off and falls off and stuff. So basically what I did was I kind of tried to roll it a little bit and pack it together. This super glue really spreads when it's wet. So I'm hoping that I don't glue myself to the towel here. But I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to put a small bead across here and kind of roll it over the top and then try to lift up if I can. And this may not work. I may have to take another take. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spray it with a little water here. A little spray bottle. Spray the wood with a little water here. I think the water helps the super glue kind of spread. And stay away from the ends if you can, because what am I trying to say? You got to have some place to hold on to, and you got to have a place to put your suction cups onto as well whenever it's dry. And if I had enough Subwassertang, I would probably do both sides, but I've only got enough to probably do one side, and hoping that it will fill in. Come on, glue. There we go. It's coming out beautifully. This is gonna work good. Love this gel super glue. Just go ahead and spread it around. This should work good as long as I don't glue the towel. Just like that. Give it a little pat. Spray it with a little water. Helps that glue activate. And voila. So we don't for sure know how this is going to work. This is our first time doing it here. So I am going to go ahead and give this a good dry. Let it dry here, and then I'll come back to you guys. Alright guys, gave it a couple of minutes here to dry, and seems to be holding on there quite nicely. So I am going to go ahead and place my suction cups in place where they're supposed to go on the ends here. Hopefully you guys can see this, and fits really nicely. Real nice. I'm going to place the other one on the other end, of course. Just like that. And it's time to go into the tank. Alright guys, it is do or die time. I'm going to shoot for down in here somewhere. And this stuff may just come right off right when I put it down in the water. I do not know. I have no idea. I'm going to look it down and make sure that we've got them pretty well straight. And it might all fall off too. Who knows? I know one thing, my wood is kind of buoyant. And there are a couple of pieces that are wanting to come off. So it does kind of help that I'm not got any shrimp or anything that's going to be in here for a few weeks. But if you guys can see that right there, it is in there. So we will see if it goes ahead and attaches to the wood on its own, or if I will have to buy some more and tie it in. Let's go ahead and get over there and get started on the Christmas tree moss. Alright guys, same thing on the Christmas tree moss. Already got a piece cut off. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing, but what I might do on this stuff, let's see, let's go ahead and get some laid out. Might as well. That last time with the Subwassertang worked really good. Why mess up a good thing? This is going to be a little thicker. I already have shrimp in this other tank. If you guys remember back a video or so, already got shrimp in the tank that I'm getting ready to glue this moss to. Just pack it down, roll it up a little bit. And I know that with the Java moss, it really spreads. So we're just going to go ahead and do that and then lift, just like we did last time. So just like last time, stay away from the end where you can slide your suction cups on. Put the top back on and shake this gel. It's the only thing I don't like about gel super stuff. Shake, shake, shake. Go ahead and stay away from the ends and spread it on. Alright. And then put it on here and roll it. Oopsie. Come on. There we go. And tap it down. Tap. Start to get on my fingers. Maybe need to spray it a little bit. That kind of activates that glue is what they say. So I know this moss right here is gonna do great. I just know it. Alright, let's go ahead and let it dry for a couple minutes, and I will be right back with you guys. Alright guys, it's dry. I went ahead and put some on the back side and folded it over a little bit. I'm going to kind of do it like this, and I think I'll even probably trim these edges off to promote new growth. So I'm going to go grab a pair of scissors really quick before we even put it in there, because I noticed on the Subwassertang it needs it, but I can do that later. Sorry guys, add that to your list of things that you need, a pair of scissors. So I am going to go ahead and just trim off some of these longer pieces, and it will promote new growth, and it really takes off when you do this. I like to kind of shape my Christmas moss, and after a week or so in the tank, it will. Alright, so now it is time, you guys can see, it's time to put the suction cups on. Slide this one on this end, like so. Kind of go like that. Grab another one. Oops. Moving my thing here. Alright. So I've got the suction cups on both ends. Hopefully you guys can see that. And we're ready to go in the tank. Let's go. Alright guys, on this one I am shooting just like in the other tank, about halfway down. Figure out what you're going to want for top or bottom, and then make sure you got your suction cup straight, and this is going to be how it goes in. The only thing I can think of on this is this wood is buoyant, so make for sure this glue is set before you put it in, because if not, it will try to float on you guys. You guys see that? Right there? So right now, of course, there's a lot of wood showing, but I believe since we're using wood that it will fill in quite nicely. Subwassertang versus Christmas moss. I will have to check back in with you guys in a couple weeks and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, it's been an hour. Got the bars where I want them, about 3/4 of the way up. And now that they've been in the tank for a good hour or two, I'm thinking that Subwassertang is looking pretty good. I think the only problem with it will be if it actually attaches to the wood or not. I know one of my channels that I'm subscribed to, Mark's Shrimp Tanks, he says that Subwassertang likes wood. So that's why I came up with this idea of wood. And I know that the Java moss will attach to wood. I know that for a fact. I've got a clip here I'll show you, and it's attached to wood in my bedroom, and it actually does better when it's attached to wood or something. I know that tank I showed you earlier, it's just free floating in there, and it tends to die off and rot on the bottom and stuff, but as you can see in that clip there, I've got it attached to some driftwood in one of my aquariums, and it actually does really good. I just trim it like once a week, once every 2 weeks, and it's really nice. I did do a small little trimming on these two, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave them, and I think I'll check in maybe a week or so and show you guys how they're doing, and we'll keep on going along here.
What is up, y'all? It has been a week since I did the Subwassertang and the Java Moss bars on the sides of the tank. Nothing has really changed all that much. I have done one trim on the Subwassertang, and maybe by the video you'll be able to tell that it's bushed out a little bit, but I can't tell much of a change on it. On the Christmas tree moss, however, I've had to trim it like 3 times. The shrimp really love grazing on it. They really just graze on it like all the time. Of course, when I say that, there's not one on there, but I've got some footage of shrimp grazing on it. That tank, the shrimp are pretty much staying in the rocks all the time. We have had a couple of molts so far, and then as you can see, there's one back there grazing on the mat and filter in the back. And one of the black shrimp has lightened up a little bit. Still really black, but in the abdomen area, kind of a chocolatey black. Got some snails there on a green bean in the middle. But as far as the Subwassertang goes, I did order another bunch of it. You can see my reflection's pretty bad today. If you can see back there in the back, I've just got it sitting there. Probably gonna get like some kind of a little round piece of wood or a walnut or something and do a little feature for this other tank over here and turn it into a shrimp tank. That Subwassertang that I ordered, I did get this plant right here, and I think it's a narrow leaf Java fern. Yeah, I've just got it sitting there floating for right now until I figure out something. I might do it in a rock pile in the back here. I think I'm going to go with the black substrate, and then I'm going to make my mat and filter, and I'll do a video on that. But yeah, I'll check back in on these bars eventually when I'm doing updates on tanks and stuff, where you guys can see how good they get. But I know this one right here is going to be perfect. It's going to get giant. And then this one right here, Subwassertang, is kind of a slow growing plant, but we will see. There's a snail grazing on it right there. Can't hardly make a tank without snails. So like I said, I'll check back in with you guys in a few weeks on these, and we'll see how they're doing.
I don't know. I think the Christmas moss, the little Java moss that I've got, is gonna do better in growth than the Subwassertang will. We'll have to see. I've gave it a week, and you can't really tell all that much of a difference. But we'll check back in with it again. I did get some more Subwassertang because I really do like it a lot, so I'll probably add it to another one of my shrimp tanks. And I just love the stuff, especially whenever it really starts getting big and full. It just looks so green and lush, and the shrimp really do like it. So I'm really digging the Subwassertang. I'm really glad that I got some. And yeah, so again, if it's your first time coming by my channel, thanks for coming by. Make sure and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Right now I'm uploading videos on Mondays and Thursdays, and I'm also live streaming every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Thanks for coming along on this video with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.